Conor's not getting down to 155.
And Michael will chase the money. He's a dog like that. He'll chase the money. It doesn't matter where it goes. He'll chase it.
Yep.
You never know, man. You never know. Maybe Michael will be better at 170. You know, the weight, he cuts a lot of weight. He cuts a lot of weight. I mean, I've seen.
But he does it well.
Yeah, he does.
But he does it well.
His whole life.
Yep.
Conor at 170, and we had a chance to catch up with Dustin Poirier, and he talked about he thought Conor would probably be able to take him because Chandler's very hittable, which is very correct. Chandler is hittable, and Chandler also likes to get into a dogfight. But at a point, though, with Chandler, now everyone knows that I've said he's the dumbest fight IQ fighter in the world. But for this one fight, you think he'll get it together?
Man, no. I would love to think so. Michael has that, for whatever reason, in his mind. It's more important to be exciting than it is to win. And in this fight right here, it's the dumbest idea ever. Because if you get the win, what does that mean? You probably get a second one, which means you can do what Dustin Poirier did when he got the win in the second fight that he and Conor had is, oh, you want me to fight him again? Good. Let's talk about how much we're going to make now. And you put yourself in a position to make great money because Conor brings big money. And if Michael Chandler was smart, he would work on his wrestling. He would just hone it to a fine edge and be able to put pressure and take the blueprint that you saw from Khabib and use that blueprint to beat Conor and get that win. And then you want to be exciting in the rematch, go ahead. I don't care. But you're talking about retirement money.
Well, look, it's a lot for these fighters. I know several other fighters that were offered this deal as well. They were offered to be the coaches there, but they don't make it very enticing. They don't give cars anymore at the end, and but they're offering you, we'll give you $50,000. Well, it's $50,000 for 6 weeks worth of work, 6 to 8 weeks worth of filming, and you're away from home. Most of these fighters have kids. They got a wife, and if they've got kids that are in school, you can't bring them with you. So, sure, you can fly home on the weekend, but I believe you got to fly home on your own dime. Yeah.
You do.
So if you're the coach, you're like, man, it's got to work around what you're looking at, what your life schedule is. And I've known that some of the other guys that were offered, like, it wasn't worth it, man. 6 weeks away to make $50,000. And I can't fly home really on the weekends because there is some filming they want to do. Normally they're at events, whether it's like concerts or whether it's, whatever, there's always events in Vegas. So let's just, anything, but it's a long time to be away. It didn't matter wherever Conor wanted to fight, Chandler was going to follow. If you want to fight at 70,
sure. If
you want to fight at 85, I'll fight you there too. Chandler's chasing the money, which is whatever. I get it. I understand. Like, you're not going to do this forever.
But hold on. What's wrong
there's
with
nothing
that?
wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Nothing. I'm not complaining about that. No.
Okay.
I agree with you on he needs to get this win. He needs to get this win because that second fight will be more valuable. Way more valuable. But also, too, though, John, what I get nervous about is that if he does win the first fight, is Conor even a draw anymore? I know he'll always be a draw, but is he a draw that's going to draw 1 million, 1.2 million in pay-per-view buys?
Yeah. Let's
drop
just be
4
honest,
in a row.
Okay.
Drop 3 or 4 in a row now.
There's people that hate Conor. There's people that love Conor. All right. There's people that, they look at Conor as
two in a row.
He's the best in the sport.
2 in a row.
They look at him as he is the best in the sport. Now, is he? We both know no. Okay, but that's what people believe. And so when they see his name up there and there's a fight that they can watch and it's got Conor McGregor, that will make some of those people tune into that fight. He will always be able to draw money unless he does something so, outlandish.
He has.
that-
Johnny has done. He's thrown a fucking truck, a wheel truck through a bus window. I mean, there was
Yeah,
that.
that's nothing. That's nothing.
He's been arrested for.
I'm not saying it was a smart thing, but it's really not a big thing.
But so he's got 2 losses in a row against Dustin. I forgot about the Cerrone fight. I thought there could be within the 2 Dustin fights, but yeah, he's got the win over Donald. But do you agree with Dustin? Because we interviewed Dustin this weekend, and that's up on our channel as well. So if you guys want to check out that interview, but do you agree with him that he's going to lean more towards Conor because Conor, with the timing, with the boxing, and how hittable Michael Chandler is, he's going to lean more that way?
Yeah, I agree with him. Based upon knowing how Michael fights and what I believe he's gonna do, and then what Conor has, I don't, look, I think Conor has lost a little bit of that speed and timing that he had. You take a look, and Dustin said all the things that I've said before. He goes, look, he's longer than people realize. I've said that. He will sit in a range where his opponent doesn't think that he's within range, and Conor will prove, yes, you are. He's long. He extends well. And he's always in balance as he does it. And his timing is outstanding. And when you talk about having good timing, that makes you fast. He's not you talk about pure speed of hands and things like that. There's a lot of guys that have faster hands. But it's the timing and the control of the distance that Conor has that makes him very difficult. And at one time, look at when he fought Eddie Alvarez, he was at the pinnacle of his ability to control distance and have impeccable timing. You look at what he did in that fight, it was like, just picture perfect. It was poetry, and can he bring that back? Yeah, he can. The guys that are going to give Conor trouble are guys that step within that range. All right. Guys Dustin, a guy that will step within that and bring that fight into that boxing range that Conor now can't control that distance where he's not getting hit. He's going to have to take some to give some. Michael Chandler, as a fighter, when you watch him, he's an explosive fighter, but he lunges in. He takes these big movements and his feet move to get him inside, then to try to get him outside. He doesn't stay inside. He wants to come in, do damage, and bounce out. And that's not a good idea in fighting Conor.
Yeah, I want to see how much Conor's going to be able to utilize his kicks also, because the way also to get Michael Chandler to stop lunging in is to take out his calf. He's got like really lean legs. I don't want to call them chicken legs, but he's got very lean legs, and he doesn't absorb calf kicks very.
He's got strong legs.
But he doesn't absorb calf kicks very well.
Calf kicks tend to have a problem.
A lot of fighters have problems with them. I get that, but give him 1 or 2 good ones, he's not the same fighter anymore. He starts switching stance, and he's not the same fighter when he switches the stance because he doesn't have a lot of combinations off of that. So he's really somebody that he's extremely hittable, but he's also extremely beatable if you can figure out that little bit of a recipe right there.